The air in this reclaimed substation hums with capacitor burn and the ghost of nicotine. Dust motes dance in the single neon tube, casting a sickly green glow on the hand-labelled vinyl. Outside, 1966 waits, patched and ready, while inside, 2036 flickers on the console's salvaged screens, a coded confession.
Black Star Pirate Radio.
In Singapore, we're reading 86 degrees Fahrenheit, with patchy rain nearby. Winds are moving from the south-southwest at 7 miles per hour.
Grounding here. Paris deployed thousands of officers, leading to those 130 arrests. Supporters aimed fireworks at police. Officers responded with tear gas. This illustrates the clash between spontaneous public joy and state-imposed order. An alternative path might involve pre-negotiated, designated celebration zones. For a next move, communities could reevaluate urban planning, creating distributed nodes for mass gatherings using gig passport mesh to map public space.
This situation in Paris isn't new. The city's history carries many echoes of collective euphoria, shifting into state-controlled expression, a recurring motif.
Patching in a caller, the contrarian. You're on the signal.
So, we just blame the urban planners for people shooting fireworks at cops. That feels like a stretch.
It's less about blame, more about discerning the underlying system. When spaces are designed to contain, rather than to invite consensual participation, the pressure builds. What does it say about our civic architecture if joy must be policed?
Exactly. This isn't about culpability, but structural design. What if civic platforms, perhaps linked to the gig passport itself, allowed for distributed, self-organizing celebration points? That would favor genuine public joy over funneling everyone into one pressure cooker.
New tape on deck. Australia to buy only second-hand nuclear subs from. Up next, Australia will acquire only second-hand nuclear submarines from the US in a major AUKUS switch.
Deep breath. Australia will indeed acquire those second-hand nuclear subs from the US as part of the AUKUS deal. This move embeds Australia deeper into a specific geopolitical framework. A different approach could be to invest in accelerated domestic submarine development. However, the current strategy positions them for immediate security gains at the expense of long-term sovereign autonomy. The next move should be to diversify defense partnerships now, reducing future reliance on a single external power.
Lex highlights a persistent theme. Nations frequently trade core autonomy for perceived security, a recurring motif where the gift often carries unseen threads of obligation. This is a story told repeatedly through imperial histories.
The structural truth of second-hand implies a legacy system. Australia accepts a pre-configured architecture, bypassing the chance to innovate a truly sovereign defense posture, opting instead for integration into an existing power grid.
Are these subs really second-hand or just a clever way to offload old tech?
Your question cuts to the core of provenance. Is this an asset acquired with full control, or a long-term lease agreement that subtly diminishes national sovereignty over time? The details matter. From that dossier to this one, the household battery revolution that could change energy. Finally, the household battery revolution could change energy bills and the world. Australia is pioneering home renewables.
This is a direct architectural bypass of the old grid. Australia leads with solar on 1 in 3 homes, demonstrating a decentralized energy model. It's a template for civic resilience, building energy independence from the ground up.
Shoulders down. Benchmark electricity prices in parts of Australia fell up to 10% following this shift. An alternative path to widespread adoption might be nationalizing energy distribution to ensure equitable access. However, for communities worldwide, the next move is clear. Invest in local microgrids, leveraging existing solar and new battery tech to achieve energy autonomy.
The story of local energy autonomy is an ancient one. Every village that ever managed its own water or harvested its own light tells us this. Collective power grows from distributed resources, not centralized control. It reflects the dignity of self-provision.
Yeah, but they still export fossil fuels. It's like one step forward, two steps back for the planet, isn't it?
You're speaking to the systemic challenge. Both signals exist, pioneering local renewables and maintaining significant fossil fuel exports. Discerning this kind of internal friction is the engine for systemic change. The smell of frying plantains drifts through an open mic night in Washington Heights.
The model isn't perfect, but it's a working prototype. This household battery revolution, combined with platforms like local signal radar, enables unexpected civic connections. Consider Kismat, Washington Heights as a cultural hub, proving local nodes can become civic anchors, amplifying independent signals.
This revolution reclaims agency, one home at a time. It's the digital equivalent of hand-labeled vinyl, a return to provenance in our power sources. It's about designing our future from the inside out.
Black Star Pirate Radio.
Continue the signal at TogeeVision.com. Tune in, Sparks and Stories, Gig Passport.